$1,250, $6,500, $2,200, $3,000, $1,900, and $1,600. What do these numbers have in common? Well, each one of these numbers represents what my photography students have earned with a single portrait client during the in-person sales appointment. It's pretty cool, right? And if you want sales like this too, keep watching because I'm going to share with you the 4 essential things you need to have at your in-person order appointments to generate consistent sales of over $1,000. Hey friends, Heather Chesky here, the creator of The Booked Photographer. After being unexpectedly laid off from my steady day job well over a decade ago, I built a multiple 6-figure photography business while simultaneously raising my babies and homeschooling. And I did this with 0 formal business training and in the middle of a saturated area. Now, in the beginning, nobody, and I mean nobody, thought it was possible to make a consistent living as a photographer, but they were wrong. It's absolutely possible to make a great living as a photographer, and I can show you how. Every week, we put out new videos to help portrait and wedding photographers attract their ideal clients and fill their calendar so they can consistently contribute to their family finances. But here's the catch. We are not about grinding it out or neglecting your marriage or your children or your sleep. After all, what's the point of building a business if you lose or miss out on life's most important relationships? So here we put God first, family second, and only pursue the most impactful things in marketing and business, not the things that waste your valuable time and won't make a bit of difference at the end of the day. If that resonates with you, stick around, subscribe, and enjoy. Before we dive into what those 4 things are, let me first take a moment to define what in-person sales is. You see, most photographers on the market today have a shoot and burn model of doing business. This means that they have one session price, usually for a few $100s, and they include all the digital images within that session fee. However, photographers who do in-person sales have a different model. They still have a session fee, but they do not include any digitals within that session fee. In fact, they host a second in-person appointment with their clients where they reveal the images they took and give their clients an opportunity to purchase prints, products, and digitals. This business model leads to consistent sales of over $1,000 per portrait client. But what does a photographer need to have at that appointment to properly show and then earn over $1,000 per client? Though this isn't an exhaustive list, these are 4 essential items to generate 1K plus sales and happy clients. The first thing is a mechanism to view and sort the images. What you choose to use here can vary from photographer to photographer. You can print out small 4x6 prints of each portrait you took where your clients can then shuffle through. You can use your iPad in tandem with apps such as Shoot and Sell, or your computer with programs such as ProSelect or Swift Galleries. Number 2, you need sample products. Because we live in a digital age, it can be very hard for our clients to visualize what a professional printed album or canvas looks like. This is why it's important to have your sample products with you. This gives your clients an opportunity to touch and see what the products look like. And you don't have to go overboard here. Personally, I only bring 4 sample products with me, which are my keepsake box with linen prints, the signature album, one of my luxurious canvases, and my 9-up wall art. Number 3, you need an order form with a purchase agreement. This can be as simple as finding an order form template off of Canva to print out and use, or many of the in-person sales software like ProSelect and Swift Galleries include order forms in their checkout workflow. Basically, you need a way to keep track of what your client decides to purchase. This form is also something that your client signs and agrees to the order and the prices listed above. And finally, number 4, you need a way to accept payments. Again, if you opt to use an in-person sales software, that will more than likely have a way where you can input your client's credit card information to be paid. If not, or if you choose not to use an IFPS software just yet, you can require your clients to pay via check, which will save you quite a bit of money in credit card fees. or you can order and use a credit card reader that easily connects up to your phone. You can find one for free at squareup.com. So there you have it. In this video, I shared with you 4 essential items you need to have at your ordering appointments. Now I would love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below what else you would add to this list. Do you use an in-person sales software for your IPSs? And if so, which one? Oh, and before you go, even though this video has simply covered what's important to have during the actual in-person sales appointment, you must properly prepare your clients for that ordering appointment. This way, they can come knowing exactly what to expect and ready to spend. Lucky for you, that's something we teach our students in detail inside the mentorship program, and they get amazing results. For example, Bobby Joe went from $300 sessions and including everything to her first IPS with a maternity client and made $1,950. John Paul went from $85 portrait sales to $1,750 in portrait sales. Erica made $1,600 on her first IPS selling frame prints, and Andrew made $2,200. The list could go on, but I think you get the gist here. If you want to create $1,000 plus portrait sales and beyond and have a calendar full of ideal clients, comment mentorship below. Hey friend, before you go, be sure to grab yourself a copy of our ebook called The Becoming Booked Method, a photographer's guide to a fully booked calendar and a profitable business. It is by far the most comprehensive resource that will help you attract and book ideal clients, price your work, and scale your photography business. Head on over to www.thebookedphotographer.com/book or click the link that you see somewhere around this video to grab your very own copy.